Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Silent Hill 3 20th Anniversary Special on the Games Done Quick Hotfix. Right now, we are finishing off the day with Silent Hill Origins. Before we jump into that, just a quick reminder. Juneteenth, our annual assault... Almost got through the entire day without flubbing one of these, but nope, okay. Juneteenth, our annual event celebrating Black Independence, is coming up June 17th and 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can join us as we highlight the amazing talents of the Black speedrunning community then. With all that said, we're going to jump over to Silent Hill Origins. I'll let the runner introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Exterior Emma. I do speedruns, like everybody did in this stream. And joining me on commentary is Punchy.
Hi, I'm Punchy. You may remember me from such hit speedruns as the previous one.
And such great commentary as the run before that.
I've done that joke twice this stream. It's fascinating.
Yay! I gotta mention real quick. This game is cursed, and I'm hoping we can buck the trend that this game's like unsuccessful history with a hotfix, because Punchy has died previously on a hotfix. I've died on the last hotfix this was shown on. Techie has died on this hotfix, and before this event, I almost ended up not showing up here because my Vita had problems relating to Origins. So I hope now, once we get into it, that everything resolves itself. We have a nice clean run, and we don't have to resort to safety saves. But that's still a possibility.
At least we've got them.
Yes, at least we've got them. Thank goodness. All right. So from 3, I'll say when to start time. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. I immediately take this line like this just because I think it's a little bit faster. I believe so because you can hear Alessa whispering Travis, and you can time it up with the music. That was a good line.
Yeah, right away we have to deal with the fact that Origins is the first, I think this is first Silent Hill. No, it's 4 tank, whatever. This game doesn't have tank controls. It's camera relative always, and there's no option to have it not be camera relative.
Yeah, and it can be terrible sometimes because you could be moving in one direction, everything will be fine, and then suddenly, even after a change and you hold the stick in the right direction to keep moving in that direction like most other games with 2D controls do, it can sometimes just switch up directions and you get messed over and you waste time. And stamina too.
It's challenging. That opening the menu there to cancel the stumble animation is not something I was actually aware existed. It sticks the game in letterbox and it keeps it there. Huh.
Yeah, it saves I think maybe 2 seconds. I saw Nick Lose do it, and then I decided I'm going to start doing it.
I didn't know about that. Novel. I learned something.
We're just running along. We are saving Alessa Gillespie from her home, which is burning down, and burning down fast.
Yeah, so we've moved from Shattered Memories, which is a reimagining of the first game, to Origins, which is a prequel to the first game. Kind of.
Yeah. The story isn't relevant. We just ignore it. It doesn't matter.
So instead of Mason, we have All-American Trucker Man, Travis O'Grady.
Ah, yes. Travis O'Grady.
I love him and his ability to keep 6 katanas in a shirt pocket.
And his ability to grab portable TVs, toasters, meat hooks, scalpels, knives, guns. Anyways, we are now in the hospital, and the thing you're noticing right away is how slow he's running with this. Travis Grady, this twig of a man, gets tired very easily.
Yep, you run for a short while, he becomes out of breath, so it's important to kind of route around that. It takes less time to recover when you're indoors versus outdoors, but only if it starts when you're indoors being out of breath. It's a weird system. It's a weird system. There's surprising nuance to it, and a lot of it's very minute.
Yep, and that's the big challenge of this run, is just to pick up recovery items that replenish stamina in key points. We'll get to that soon. Oh, damn. Whoop, my bad. I almost quit the game. I did that last time. It's bad. You don't want to do that.
Anytime you pause the game to skip a cutscene, pressing the wrong button or pressing to pause too early before a cutscene starts, the buttons will instead map to quit to main menu.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the same menu. It's very easy to fat finger and accidentally instantly quit your run to the title.
Or if your fingers are shaky, you just, oh, my bad. Faster than you can say oops. Yes, we got a nice golden egg. Here's the first puzzle of the game. I don't remember how you're supposed to get the answer casually. It went to none.
I like how we just forget the solutions to these things over time. It's descending order of age of a patient list.
I remember I remember that the pickup is in the bathroom and it says the names, but I don't remember the ages part.
There's a health drink there that you're very pointedly not going to pick up because the current status of your inventory determines how everything else in the game spawns via a system that is extremely confusing.
I don't feel like it's as confusing for me now.
I think you've finally got the methodology dialed in, but it has boggled me for a very long time.
I feel like that's the big sticking point, at least with the any percent run for the longest time, is just that no one wants to deal with stamina drinks, especially, or health drinks or anything like that, because it's confusing. We're going into here. We're going to pick up the key. We did, but we also picked up... An Origins run is never complete without him picking up the toaster.
You want to avoid the toaster, but it's actually very, very difficult. You can not pick up the toaster. Yeah. It's very, very difficult.
It's inconsistent, at least for me. Sometimes I can do it, and other times I just can't. Travis just really wants the toaster. He wants to take that home and just be like, I can make toast. Because we keep it in our inventory for the rest of the game.
Yep, it's not getting thrown. Throwing weapons in this game are actually pretty bad. So we ain't throwing no toaster.
No. Last time, there was a time actually from a run I did not too long ago where I was on the dad fight later in the game, and I ran out of bullets. I think we'll get to it there, but I dealt with something I never encountered before, and I was forced to try to fight him with the toaster. It didn't work out. And he didn't even throw the toaster. He kept it in his hands. He tried going like both hands, just smashing it into his dad's head. You don't want to use melee weapons for that fight. Anyway, here's the first fight. Will it happen? Alright, it didn't happen. Come on, Travis, don't drop inputs. That's another thing that can happen here. You can have various forms of attacks by just pressing the button or holding the button, or the most preferred option for a strong attack, so we don't lose weapon durability, is we point the stick in the direction we want it to attack in, and we then press X at the same time.
Yeah.
It works sometimes. It's really cool when you pull it off consistently, but every once in a while, Travis will just decide, I'm comfortable with being weak against this enemy. Thank you very much.
You basically never want the weak attack, because weapon durability is based off number of hits, not like total damage dealt, so a strong hit is just more efficient for your weapon durability.
Mm-hmm.
On top of just doing more damage and all that.
All right, we are now outside of the hospital. He is once again getting pretty tired. You can see that he's been consistently getting tired, but not to fear. We just picked up an energy drink and a health drink. To maintain our speed in these outdoor sections where stamina takes way longer to recover, we use these energy drinks. For the longest time, though, the spawns of these drinks have kind of eluded people. Punchy, the last time he set world record, he believed that it was, we pick up police batons.
Yeah,
and
that seemed to change
weapons.
it, but it wasn't consistent for me back then either.
Yeah, the part of me realizing that there has to be more to this was that like a month ago, I got back into seriously going for this game, and I could not get the consistent results. So I was like, something's up here. And it took, those days of playing for me to figure out that, and we're going to pick up another essential item for it, is the med kit. The situation in us to manipulate the energy drink spawns at points where we want them to spawn is you need good health, you need one energy drink, and you need one med kit. If one of those are off in a serious run, your run is practically dead. There is a chance on the second boss actually coming up is that you could accidentally get hit a second time, and that's an issue because then we have to, the next energy drink we have to pick up after that won't spawn in because there's no actual healing items to help us out along the way. And if we use either that drink or med kit, then it's not going to spawn in that case. So I figured it out, but it means the run is slightly harder.
Boo.
Oh, he's there. He's been recently showing up there for some reason. Okay, we didn't get movement memes.
Someone in chat has asked a question that I wish to answer, asking any speedrun differences between the versions. The PSP version is definitely faster. The PS2 version is just very, very slow at pretty much all times. Load times, puzzles take longer to accomplish, and for some reason the IGT counts in places where it doesn't in the PSP version.
Yep,
PS2
that's
version,
true.
much slower, that's why we play the PSP version.
Don't play the PS2 version, even casually. It's just
It's
bad.
also super dark, like you can't see what you're doing in the PS2 version at all.
Yeah, like it's almost impossible to play in many places because you cannot see where you're going, even with the flashlight on. And you turn the brightness all the way up. It doesn't matter. I always struggle with that camera change when it happens. It's
Focuses
stupid.
on the map on the desk.
It's a stupid camera angle change, and I don't like it. You might hear me say this a little often in this run, but this game is stupid. It is stupid.
It's definitely a little stupid.
Oh yeah,
this run is timed in-game time rather than RTA, but even if it were timed RTA, the PSP version would reign supreme by an even larger margin.
oh yeah.
Because the PS2 load times are horrific.
When it's on like the PSP version, like the average runtime is about like 55 minutes or so. Oh, I got the hit. That's nice. You kind of have to hit that right on the frame it changes. And
Yeah, they were able to access the puzzle without having to read the note first, because normally there's a note that you have to read that explains the puzzle, but you can just about worm your way around the hitbox.
there's another really annoying one we have to do later in the theater, and we'll get to that one. We'll see if I struggle with it. What were we saying? I feel like we were talking about something. I'm like, ooh, good hit.
I've lost it too. The train of thought has left the station and I was not on board.
Oh yeah, I was going to bring up that for whatever reason, like when I say this game is stupid, like even like it'll do random things. Like one time I exited Sanitarium here, the area we're in right now, and all my stamina routing was off. Like he started running slow immediately after picking up the key in the car, which that's not where he's supposed to do that. I don't know how I caused him to do that, but he did, and I just had to tank it. It's like stuff like that, or RNG in certain boss battles deciding to be really bad. I had a run basically die because during the dad fight, I got grabbed into a QTE event 4 times.
Yeah,
in a
that
row.
can happen. This game bizarrely has like God of War style like combat prompts because that was just you can cut this game down the middle and like count the rings for some of its design trends, but they've got like God of War style mid combat QTE segments. It's really funny. It even looks like a God of War combat prompt. It's like brown and orange and stuff. I love it. I love it. It's so of its day.
Yeah, it's so of its day, and I think the dad fight is the only one where if you mash, you can maybe get out of it faster, but the rest feel like sequenced things. It doesn't matter how fast you press it, you're going to be watching this whole scene play out of, like, let's say him pushing a knife away from him when a nurse is trying to stab him. You do not want QTEs, by the way. They are a waste of time.
They are slow. Very.
The worst one, I think, is with the butcher later on.
Yeah. And enemies activate. Enemies don't really have to like hit you to do a QTE. They just kind of activate them in like a zone. If you're like standing too close to them when they feel like doing it, it'll just instantly happen.
Usually it happens when you're low on stamina and you happen to run into them. But other times it just feels like, oh, I'm running fast and I'm trying to get around the enemy. And then they just decide, all right, I'm going to hop on you. We're going to go for a ride. Anyways, if you're confused by the little flashing purple screen that just happened and the woman yelling, that was Travis's mom. Don't worry, the story doesn't matter. You don't need to know anything.
The lore. Even though Origins is supposed to be a prequel, but it's like incompatible with the plot of Silent Hill 1 in ways that are very confusing. So for the most part, big time Silent Hill nerds just kind of casually disregard its existence.
Yeah, I know I do. I mean, from my understanding, someone tries to justify this with like, well, it explains the events of the first game. But if you want the events before the first game to be explained, just play the first game. Read the documents. Read the notes. You're literate, right? So, oh, okay, there we go.
My favorite quirk of the way they've implemented the Japanese text of this, because this is another Western Silent Hill game with a Japanese translation, is that they've put the place names for like keys translated into Japanese and then brackets English text next to them because they didn't translate any of the signage.
Wonderful.
So they put that there just so that the Japanese players would know which doors to use them on.
This is a very well-made game.
I think that's very funny. Like, I mean, like, what else are you going to do, I suppose? Like, that's the best option as well, but it's funny that this was kind of... You can tell it was, like, sort of a bit bodged together. Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's a funny way of doing it.
So right now we're going into the basement because... Oh, I messed that up. We are going into the basement to go receive the key we just flushed down the toilet. And I realized that we interact with toilets twice in this game, and we don't even wash our hands. And that's disgusting.
It makes the weapons do extra damage, do poison damage.
For sure. We picked up that key. It was in a dirty toilet at one point. At this point, Travis really should wash his hands, but that doesn't matter. He has to go fast. Okay, we are coming up on a pickup needed for this route. For this upcoming boss battle for this area. You picked up the hammer. That's not what I wanted. What we wanted was the ampule. The ampule, no matter what point you're at with your health, will heal you to 100%. So we need that for this next fight because in order for the route to work, we need to maintain, of course, that good health. But there is no feasible way to beat the boss fast enough and maintain good health. So as soon as we get hit in that one, we need to heal. Though I think maybe for the safety of this, I might just do it like after the fight is over, because there is a chance that you could just get hit one more time. You won't die, but like it's during the final attack of a weak swing. It's like these blades that does not nearly enough damage as the gas. You had to? Please, help me understand. Anyways, we are picking up some hardcore steel right here.
The katana.
Aside from the dad boss fight, the only weapons we are going to be using are 2 katanas we pick up. The scalpel is useless after this point. Or
Yeah,
not
the
this
katana
point.
just does a ton of, like, the katana is better than a lot of the guns. It just does a lot of damage.
I just saw in chat that Travis is speedrunning life. No time to watch hands. Okay, we got that camera angle change. I do not like that part on the stairs because sometimes the camera will change and other times it'll stay panning and swiveling, which throws off your movement going down the stairs like the final set. So I like it better when the angle changes because I'm trying to hold in that direction and thus it's close enough to me to flick the stick down and then change my movement like that. This is something you also have to worry about with just any of the runs for this game, but oh, yep, there's the stick meme. I did not move the stick in any other direction, and he just decided to go back down the stairs for a couple
Just
steps.
happens on some camera transitions.
It just happens. Thankfully, she did not grab me. Lucky. I was going to say something, but I'll wait until after this inexplicable puzzle right here. We are putting pills in doll mouths. I don't get the context of this one. And also the hitboxes on this one and picking up the pills and putting them in are super bad. And
Very small. They're
very bad.
Small.
I just showed in that instance right there leaving the room is that some of the hitboxes on these doors are super big and that's helpful. But then there are other doors in the game where it feels like you like let's say you go to like a set of double doors. Sometimes it kind of feels like you need to like shove your nose into the crack of the door for him to even decide, I got to go through the door.
This is another Silent Hill where you have to like memorize the art of doors in order to get much headway with it. It's very like Silent Hill 1 in that regard. That's the thing that ties it together, is that both of them have really, really idiosyncratic doors.
There you go. There you go. That's the one thing that properly ties it. Everything else is just, nah. But do you think someone casually would ever notice that, like, he just refuses to open doors sometimes? Probably not.
Sometimes it's genuinely kind of difficult to get into certain rooms because it's so small.
A PhD in doors. Yeah, so the thing that matters a lot about this run is just how you move. Because if you get enough practice with this, you can move smooth and fast, but on places like those stairs and all that, you have the potential during those camera angle changes to scrape against the stair, like the railing. I almost forgot the word for railing. And I was just going to say the stair thingy. You will scrape up against the railing and you'll start to lose time because you are running at full force, but the object is kind of preventing you from really moving in a straight enough line. So it will waste your time and it will waste your stamina. Anyways, we have sad music playing. All the enemies are gone because we picked up the key to go fight the boss. Who is this boss? It's his mom. And she's a mean one. This is the part where I have to see if I get justice for the last hotfix.
And I'm interested to what the strat is, because this is the key thing where the route like forks based on the new things you've discovered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to quickly explain it because I'm going to go quiet for it. But basically, you have to attack her with 3 strong swings. She will hit you with the attack. You pause, you unpause. 1 more strong attack, weak hit. I can heal after that, or I can heal in the middle of the fight, actually. I need to equip the katana. Very important. Let's get revenge.
Revenge.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna heal anyways. I'm so used to that. There you go. Justice. Yes. What happened to the last hotfix I was on has lived rent-free in my head for a long time. Every time I go to this boss, even in like proper runs, I still get all anxious.
Yeah, now both of us have that fear now, because now that we both know that there is a chance that that boss, when the spikes come down, it can sometimes just kill you instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You just take all the damage straight away and you instantly die, and it's quite bad, because this game does not have any kind of continue or checkpoint system. You go back to a save.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awful. But this time, if that happened, I had a safety save. Last time I did not, because I was naive. But I'm smarter and I'm wiser now.
I didn't know it could happen. In fairness, it's like I did the same thing on a different hotfix where I didn't have a save for it either, because it's like the first real boss. You know, it's not going to one-shot me. And then it one-shots you and you're like, well, nevertheless.
Mm-hmm. So
it's not
now
supposed to be able to one-shot you. It's like a bug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it's because if the attack lands on you while you're in the middle of a weak swing, it just piles on top, and it's an oversight, which means this game was made very well.
That makes sense.
Though I have to give them credit, I think they made this in like 8 months. This was going to be like a more action-oriented game. The story was completely different, and honestly, I'm glad we didn't get that version, because that version probably would have been hot garbage. But so for that, I commend them for getting it to this at least playable state. But there are moments where I question how they managed to do some of this. You know, like, why did you make this creative decision? Why is this here for controls? How was this not caught in QA? It's not as broken as Homecoming, at the very least.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite quirk of this game in terms of like the stability is how it gets gradually more unstable the longer the game is on. So if you're actually doing runs, you have to reset the game between every like full attempt you do, or the crash risk increases very much.
Yeah, like you know if you're in trouble once you miss all the audio. Like that noise that cow right there just made at me. I call them cows. Like that's a way to know that you aggroed them and they're moving towards you. In a couple of points, they are in your way. You need to hear them so you can dodge. But sometimes, like if you play for too long, you're just not going to hear them in these outdoor sections.
Yeah, first the sound goes and then there is a crash shortly thereafter.
Okay, now, because of what I did at Sanitarium, you are now about to see, right here, in this spot in the lumberyard, an energy drink.
Energy drink spawns.
Mm-hmm.
We've finally, after many years of this game's run, the methodology for how to get that one to spawn in is now properly dialed in.
Yep. I'm surprised too it took this long, and it took
It's so confusing.
And it took a boring person like me to figure it out. I think Sub1 posted code one time in the Discord, and everybody, I think even you were confused because you're like, hang on, but I've observed it with weapons.
Match the observations I'd made, no.
So now we have one health drink, energy drink going into theater, which is coming up. If I get hit at all by the cow at this point, then I can pick up a med kit in there and just heal. Okay, that was odd. Okay, we don't need to pick it up.
It works. It works.
Yeah, it works. It works. Good. It means we go faster. I also pause buffer at this. Because, like, it takes a second or so for him to just get up off the ground.
Ah.
He does the same thing later in the motel. All right, we are now at the theater. We're not at a movie theater, but we're just at a theater.
Yeah,
you
the
can
theater.
See Yep,
I noticed a lot of chat was confused by me calling it a cinema earlier during the previous game. The Americans.
Oh, how dare you! We skipped the cutscene with Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa was in that cutscene. Lisa, out of everybody in this game, matters the least. I don't know why she's here. Oops. But she was here. She says some stuff, and she appears one more time after this, and then never again. What was even the point? We're going to be introduced to a new enemy that also doesn't matter too much because we aren't killing any of them. But it's puppets on strings. We could just run away. They're not that scary. All right, we are picking up a stone tablet. This is a part of just a way to open a door that's coming up pretty soon. And so far, the only major skip of this game. Like, this game is relatively, like, broken in some places, and yet, but, like, in terms of, like, going out of bounds or skipping major portions and all that, like, it's clean, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
so
we do
this is
have
our
this major glitch at least.
Yep, we have
a
this
lot of the
one.
level.
Yeah, it skips over half of it.
It's just a very weird one as well. No one's really investigated why it works the way it does because it's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, and hasn't it like been discovered since like the first proper reported speedruns back year of release or something?
Yeah, a run on SDA like 17 years ago at this point, or however old Origins is, like had this skip in it, and everyone just copied it off them. And it's like we don't know why he found it or how.
Imagine our history if he never posted that. Whoever.
Yeah, because like who would think to try this? Because the skip is right. We have two openings for tablets, so you put one of the tablets in, thus solving half the puzzle. Exciting.
Yep, we're gonna go get the other one. Actually, wait. No, we're not. We're going right back. Doors open.
Yep, if you just leave the room after putting one in and then re-enter, the puzzle solves itself. Magic. There's nothing
Don't
specific
ask.
you have to do to that. You just walk in the room and then walk back out, and that's it. Well done. Congrats.
Congratulations. Okay, we've made it to the top floor here. He didn't move for a second. Good controls, good game. We are on our way to go get some light bulbs because we want to be able to raise the curtains at the stage. Oh, I actually got a good line on that. Oops, never mind. This game is stupid.
Barely concealed annoyance with the control scheme. I feel that though.
Yeah. All right, so we picked up all of the light bulbs. I don't remember how you're supposed to solve the puzzle, but it's a math puzzle. Why do you go that way? Why did he go that way? I'm not pointing the stick that way. Origins is trying really hard. It's trying really hard to derail everything. It knows, it's aware, it's cursed. But anyways, if you pick up the light bulbs in that specific order, just like proper, sometimes you may accidentally pick up the second one, but in that case, all you need to do is then select the second one of those three after the first one. but it's a math puzzle. Like, A and B have to equal this thing, but it has to be 2 times more than this other one. I am in front of that. I should put that in. And we've solved the puzzle. Wow, wasn't that a brain scratcher? Okay, we are running. We now need to go down stairs and play stagehand, essentially. You thought Downpour did it first? Nah, this game did. It's way better. I'm just kidding. It's kind of a cool effect in Downpour.
It's probably the highlight of Downpour.
Yeah, probably. Yes, it is a boring game that has a speed run that is nearly 3 hours long and 80, like, what's the time on like unskippable cutscenes? 80 minutes?
It's like about half.
Yeah. Like in that, out of all of that, that's the best part.
There's a cool lightning effect, and then the stage warps into a part of the playable. It's neat. It's a nice effect. I don't know what to say.
Why did it default to no?
I've never figured that out. If you can figure that out, that'd be the next mystery. For whatever reason, sometimes yes or no prompts randomly change which one they default to, and I've never figured out why.
I don't know. It feels like it's a roll of the dice. But anyways, this is a neat effect that I liked more than Downpours at the very least. You make it, you get a mirror right here, and then you can go into the Mirror World's version of the stage. Yeah. And it looks neat.
Match the prop to the background set, creates a new room. It's a little puzzle sequence. It's nice. Yeah. I like this. It's just for the purpose of getting a key, but I think it's not. There's also like wrong answers to this that don't have anything in them other than like I think there's might be a couple bonus items in a couple of them. But it's nice that it's there.
There's only 3. This one where you get the key item. The other one is like a library where you might learn lore, but again, it's pointless, so it doesn't matter. And then the third one is the boss, and that's what we're on our way to do because one of the switches are missing, and we need to construct the stage in which we need to fight the boss. So we're on our way. In this room where we use the key that we just got, also we are picking up the other energy drink spawn of this section. We got the lever right here. There's the switch. Now let's be a good prop master. We will only be picking up 2 more energy drinks after the theater. One is outside of a grocery store, and one is right after the butcher fight. And that's all of the drinks you need. There's another one that spawns by a police car, but I found that it was too slow because you kind of have to go out of your way down a street a little bit. Yeah. And if I were to, every time I did it, I never seemed to feel like I was going that much quicker because you go a little farther without picking it up unless you use the drink, and then that's in effect for a little bit longer. This is the Caliban. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the names of everything except his mom and dad. Okay, he's gonna do that attack. And he's dead. 5 strong hits and a weak.
Nice.
We reload our gun, and we're on our way.
Also equipped the fresh katana there, the second one you picked up to sort of use the one that has more weapon durability, so we don't have any mid-fight weapon breaks. Because those are bad, as they immediately default you to the fists, rather than having you pull out another weapon.
Mm-hmm. Though I only really pull it out just because I want him to be holding something. It's just a force of habit. Because we're going to be equipping a different weapon later anyways. So it doesn't really matter if you hold this or the gun. I just do it. Okay, he's going to go slow right about here. and we can keep going. Have a nice little jog. Now, is the straitjacket man gonna spawn at the end of this street? He is.
Yeah, this camera angle is particularly awkward to work with.
Yeah.
Pretty clean.
Yeah.
Straight through.
This puzzle is stupid. It's not even a puzzle. You just read a note back at the apartments where you dropped in from to get to the theater. You gotta put in the number of the apartment.
It gives you
That's
the
set
key.
on the number. And you get a key. Why is this their security system? I have no clue. The residents of Silent Hill in the 70s were a bit weird. They're always a bit weird. It's about to get tired right about here. Yeah. Okay. We have one drink. We're going to pick up the one outside of this store. This is one of my least favorite areas for movement because all the cameras suck. Well, I get it. No. I tried to switch real quick. What? This man's caffeine levels must be out of this world. It's weird because, like, he has asthma, canonically. That's why he's running slow. It's still not really that great of a reason for him to just be running as slow as he does. But, like, because it's a video game, it's not really necessary. They just wanted to include a pretty bad stamina system. But, yeah, I don't think it really helps with his asthma to be drinking, like, how many do we pick up? We pick up 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Man's down in several liters of Monster Energy over here.
Yeah, lots of energy drinks. He's drinking a lot of Ball's energy drinks, getting all that guarana in his system. You all remember that energy drink, right? With the spots on the glass bottle. I had it for the first time not too long ago. I thought it was better than the Coke with coffee. Or I may be just saying that because I prefer guarana stuff over caffeine. Here's a bit I never really worry about. People used to worry about this a lot more, but you need to run by these straitjacket men. Because of QTE grabs and whatnot, like, you always seem to be, like, on edge of whether or not they'll grab you, but for the longest time, they have never grabbed me. And that's probably because of the stamina management.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I do worry about that. That's like a 50-50 each time for me.
By the way, when I said what I said about Coke with coffee, I'm not saying Coke with coffee is bad. The zero sugar ones are pretty bad, but the normal ones are pretty nice. Get the caramel one. Or is it caramel? I hate saying caramel. I prefer to say caramel for no reason. In the same way that, fun fact, this is a random thing to bring up, and I always get made fun of it, but Neapolitan ice cream, I hate calling it that. I called it, since I learned to speak when I was a small toddler, Napoleon ice cream.
No, that's wrong. I'm gonna join in on making fun of No. You must stop at once.
I do not care. I've been doing it for 20 years, and I will keep doing it.
Some people cannot be changed.
You
Everyone's
cannot
gotta have
change
just
me.
one thing, one arbitrary, really dumb thing that they will like die over. In this case, it's Napoleon ice cream.
You're not going to be upset over caramel over caramel?
I don't know either, and the more I think about it, the more I don't want to.
Anyways, we just collected a key in a hallway. There is a camera angle change meme in that room. It doesn't really badly affect anything. Travis just gets caught on the camera, and the camera believes you're still moving along. So it just zooms along, and Travis is nowhere on screen. You just have to hold up for a little longer, like by like a second or two, and he pops back in. If you try to press X or something too early, then he like interacts with one of the peepholes to one of the motel rooms, and you do not want that. Anyways, that key we are going to use to go into the office of, like we are at the front desk of the motel, but we need to get behind into a different section of the motel. So we're going to go into this office. This office doesn't matter much, except for, oh, he did not grab me. Been pretty lucky. I don't think I've gotten any QTE sequences.
No, I haven't seen one either.
That might change with who we're about to meet in like 15 seconds. Ooh, a blood trail. Who could it be? Ah, yes. Oh, I picked it up too early.
What?
Okay, so if you you can end up.
What?
I'll explain it real quick so I don't get too distracted. You know what? Never mind. We'll slip past it. We get hit. Take the med kit. We are in green. He's dead. Perfect.
I see.
That was nice.
Okay, so that's how you maintain green health coming out of this fight, so that you get the energy drink right here.
Yep. Yep. And that is the last one you get to pick up. Hallelujah.
I'm learning. Okay, but what was with that with the picking the thing up? That was weird. What?
Okay, so sometimes if you pick it up and you press like inventory like too fast, the prompt of you picking it up will stay up. So like you'll still go through the animation, which no, Travis, you get no money. But the butcher will still be walking towards you during that prompt. So that was bad. I was like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
That's so weird. This game is full of just weird things. Like little weird things like that.
Anyways, welcome to the weirdest washing machine you'll ever see. Here's its wash cycle. Clothes are clean. We get a room key. Then we peace out. That's it. Anyways, like I was saying, this game's stupid. Do you think you understand? Typically doesn't really run slow through the room, but that's fine. I do not pause buff here because this is a cutscene to skip. There's another energy drink right there. It's pointless. On that counter next to, I believe, is White Claudia. It's another energy drink. We don't need another one because stamina recovers good indoors. The motel area in general is considered indoors. So we're off. We only need a minimum of 2 to get through the final outdoor section of this game. There's only 2 more bad points that could happen from here. One is the dad fight coming up, and the other is the final boss. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. See what will happen. I also hate the camera angle changes with this staircase. It's a dumb staircase. This game is stupid. We pause buffer here. Neato. We are moving very smoothly. This is a pretty good run. This is a really nice run. I mean, there's some movement hijinks in there, but like, whatever time I get, it's a good time. It's a
The
valid
major
time.
points have gone well.
There's only 2 more left, though, and this next one I feel is more vile than the second one. So, anyways, what we're on our way to do, before we can proceed properly forth, we need to get a major item. That is a wedding ring. If you recall, we were in the middle of a drained pool, and we picked up a heart. I believe it's just called a glass heart, but you go to this crusher and you destroy it. Break the heart. Get it? This game is very subtle.
Symbolism.
Anyways, we need this wedding ring to solve a puzzle. And it's not really much of a puzzle, again. Most of the things that happen in this game are not puzzles. You just have to go up to I believe it's a calendar in the front office. And, oh, I got grabbed. Whoops.
Oh, well,
I have to remember.
There's your God of War button prompts.
Yep. Hopefully that's the only one we do. And when you get grabbed by those, you actually lose a bit of stamina. That's annoying.
Huh.
Yeah. If you get hit in general, you also lose stamina. So like I have to stress this with this run. Like not only is like getting hit detrimental to your energy drink spawns, but like it will throw off just your overall routing and how fast you're moving through certain places. If you're used to being pretty successful with everything, then it kind of messes with your brain a little bit, because I'm like, oh, wasn't I supposed to get here faster? Anyways, you just put in 6/12/1961 and insert ring. All it ever does is spawn in a key. We get the sad music again. Because this game is about Travis being sad, except it really isn't. This game is about nothing. We're gonna have to interrupt that sad music with a trip back into the mirror realm. We are now on our way to the boss battle. This next boss battle is like the last time we heard sad music when we got a key. I started going the wrong way. I keep doing that. I keep thinking too far ahead to this room. But this section is also personal to Travis, like the sanitarium. This time, we are fighting his dad. And his dad, I think, is more... He's starting to walk away.
To walk away from the door. He's like, nah, man, not for me.
But he refused. Anyways, his dad can be way more violent. And also, he has QTE grabs, which is neat. That's great.
Yeah, this is a very volatile section of the run, because it's just it's luck. It's luck. You need to be lucky.
I got one grab. All right.
I also find there's inconsistency in, like, the damage dealt, because, I don't know, sometimes shots just don't register.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. If you get grabbed by his tentacles, you need to let it grab you, because I think he takes half damage if the tentacles are out and you're shooting him. You will still land those hits, and he's dead, by the way. That was not that bad.
No, that's pretty fast.
Very good. If his tentacles are going after you, I think he takes half damage, because I unloaded all my shots into him, and I heard all of them land, and he did not die. And I had more than enough bullets.
If that's how it works, that would... I don't know, that's something. I have no idea.
I'm picking this up for safety. I accidentally picked up bullets for a gun we do not have. Puzzle time. I don't understand this. Or actually, I don't understand why we need to do this. But yeah, we solved it. That's it. And now we get to leave. This has been quite fun. So much better than I expected.
So far, the run has not been like particularly cursed, as is the norm for Origins on Hotfixes.
Yes. Pause buffer here, because you'll just keep running if you don't do it.
Is that why?
Yeah, like, in that moment,
Yeah,
like
no,
when
he
he
does
exits the gate.
just keep running forward. I've noticed that before. I was like, oh, that's weird. I didn't know you could stop it with a pause buffer, though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you know way more about this game than I do. I'm out on commentary. I didn't know any of these. I didn't know these pause buffers.
You're the world record holder.
I know, that's whack. What? Although, maybe, I don't know. Like, this run seems like it's been going pretty well.
Yeah.
How well do you think it's been going?
I think it's been doing good. I don't think I'm gonna PB because I got grabbed twice, but it'll be fine. I did set a new PB like yesterday, like for my last prep for this, and it was a 38-28. And that's without any grabs at all, I think. So I did have a long loading screen though, so when you look at the splits of it when it posted in the Discord, it's +8 in the red, and I PB'd by 11 seconds.
Yeah, loads get taken out of the in-game time at the end, but there is a random chance that sometimes it just takes ages to load a screen in. It just happens. It's just one of those things.
I was thinking of asking Techie for this, but I wanted to balance it out a little bit, Get Anyways, this section
commentary.
Yeah. Anyways, this section takes exactly 47 seconds. I know because of the split. I've done this so many times. This is the Twitter scroll moment. Anyways, Punchies, how's life? Is it good?
It's 2 a.m. for me. I'm tired. It's late.
Man. It's only 9:07.
I stayed up to 2 a.m. to commentate Origins.
And I know more. I know more.
I'm actually really surprised. I haven't known half the things you've been saying this round. I didn't know that. I'm taking notes. I feel like I'm being taught.
Well, you can't say I didn't do nothing. All right, 47 seconds
I
passed.
actually learned a lot during this.
47 seconds passed. Let's hope for good RNG here.
Final boss, baby.
That's the good RNG. All right, let's hope for further good RNG. He's getting hit a lot. 3, 4.
Getting hit is fine, but you want to
5.
get hit in small amounts because it will knock you out of your attacking
6.
animation.
7.
Yeah, the amp.
8. 9. Nah, that's time. Oh, I skipped that cutscene. Whoops. But yeah, that's time. I don't think this moves the in-game timer. I think the credits do, though.
I have no idea. I've never investigated which of the ending cutscenes move the in-game timer.
But yeah, that
GG.
is the run. GG.
That is a complete run of Silent Hill Origins on a GDQ hotfix without something incredibly bizarre happening. So that is a win for everyone involved.
The curse has been lifted, I hope.
Thereabouts.
Yes. Anyways, look at this high-quality cutscene. Oh, it's so good, ain't it? I kind of want to skip this one, though, just so we can see him get his truck back. I'll do that. Whatever. This doesn't matter. Let's watch him get his truck back. He deserves it. He needs to go home. He needs to use that toaster that's in his kit.
Yeah, he's still got the toaster on him from the start of the game.
And the hammer. He doesn't need to go to the store for that. What else did he pick up? What else did I pick up on accident? I think that's it. He has some ammunition that he isn't going to use. Got a free shotgun. He got items without needing to pay for them. He speedran life efficiently. Didn't need to spend the money. He used some good strats.
Didn't spend his money, didn't wash his hands. What an icon.
Still cannot run. Still cannot run for his life to depend on him. But in a second, I think as soon as it fades, I just need to press like a face button, and then we'll see the results screen. All right, he drives off, never to be seen again. That's a lie. He shows up one more time, but like in Homecoming.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, I gotta skip that part because that's 38.55. That's really nice, actually.
That is, yeah, no, sub 39 in a live setting is nice.
Yeah, sub 39 with 2 QTE grabs. 2 QTE grabs. Good. At once upon a time, that would have only been a few seconds off of world record.
Yeah.
With 2 QTE grabs.
There are only 3 sub 39 times for this game in general.
Yay! Now I hope more people will run this, because now you got the trifecta. Any percent is item manipulation, UFO ending is pure movement, and bad ending is the technicality of enemy kills.
Nice item collection count, by the way. Good work.
Nice. Great. All right. Anyways, yeah.
Thank you so much. Do you have anything else you want to say before we end for the day?
Well, I have a couple things. One, I'd like to thank Punchy for the commentary. It was really nice. And him for running Shattered Memories. I will thank Techie for playing Silent Hill 3 and commentating. I'll thank Abby for playing Silent Hill 3. Thank Schmumbler for playing Homecoming. And Mr. Good Job for Silent Hill 1. I thank everybody that's here who came along. It's a pretty good anniversary for a very good game. And also I thank people in my personal life supporting me with this speed run, like my boyfriend Connor. He got a shout out last time. I'll give it to him again. And as to where you can find me in certain spots, you can find me at twitch.tv/exterioremma. And I'm going to keep running this because I feel like it'll be any day now, sub 38. But yeah, I'm glad that we pulled this off. This was really short notice. I'm glad I was able to make it for this. This was chill, and you're all beautiful. Trans rights.
Trans rights. Yeah, thank you so much for being on. And everybody else today. I know it was, like you said, very short notice, but I appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate Punchy staying up till 2 a.m. for Origins.
I'm like
2
this anyway,
a.m.
don't worry about it.
I've been having bad sleep schedule recently. I didn't go to bed last night until like 6 in the morning. So like,
I work a night shift. It's not a big a deal as I made it sound.
That's fair. But yeah, that was an amazing run. Thank you so much. And we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but if anybody is interested in speedrunning the Silent Hill games, they can just come in the Discord and people will help them out.
Yep, you can find a lot there. It's a good resource.
Awesome. And again, thank you both so much. That is all we have for that is all we have for today. For our Silent Hill 3 20th anniversary special. We do have more shows coming up tomorrow. We have Bargain Bin starting at 7 p.m. followed by Tiny Tree Fort at 10 p.m. With all that said, we are going to take a quick break while we look for a raid target. If y'all wouldn't mind sticking around just while we look for a raid target, that would be awesome. Have a great night, everybody.